Hey, everybody, welcome to the Complete Game Podcast, episode 56. I'm your host, Curt Schilling, co-host Gehrig Schilling, soon to be Papa Schilling. We are within hours. How we
Yep.
doing, G?
Good. We are pregame butterflies, definitely. Within 12 hours of going to the delivery room. When you're watching this, I'll probably be a dad. So surreal.
And 10 fingers, 10 toes, everybody come out healthy.
Yep.
What do we got going on? So, what is it? It's Bello and Freed today.
Yep. Right now, actually on my other screen right here, it's 0-0 in the bottom of the third. But we have, you mentioned it at the beginning of a 4-game series. Crucial playoff picture developments over the weekend. We have the Red Sox in New York, who you mentioned took the first game last night off the back of Roman Anthony's late home run in the ninth inning that went into the second deck. Just had to mention that the Yankees defense is atrocious. I mentioned to you last week if I should feel like I'm in a good spot for a Yankees future if I'm a ticket holder, but every time I watch, even if it's a win, they have some sort of backyard baseball type error. Jazz Chisholm threw a ball like 17 rows into the stands today on a routine double play.
Hey, let me turn your Wayback Clock on. Think about last year in the World Series. The inning that turned that World Series around started with an Aaron Judge clanking a ball in center field.
Yep.
Remember that?
Yep.
Yeah. I mean, and well, again, go back to 2004. The deadline was made almost entirely for defensive purposes, bringing Cabrera in to play short, Mankiewicz to play first, Roberts. I mean, that was all about catching the ball. We were not a good team. And the only thing worse than contact pitching in October is bad defense. You can't give anybody 28 outs, and that defense is just atrocious. And I always feel like it's always been something that has been undervalued in New York. I mean, you had Craig Nettles, one of the best of all time. You had Don Mattingly. You had Thurman Munson. But defense has never been a thing in New York. It's always been about the numbers you put up at the plate. And it's burned him a couple times. Burned him last night, and it's going to burn him again. But I got to tell you, we're talking about the Yankees and Red Sox as a rivalry playoffs, but they're playing for second place.
Yep.
And it feels a little different.
Right now, yeah. You mentioned it. They're both within 4 games of the Toronto Blue Jays as of right now, who have Shane Bieber making his first start in their powder blue unis, which are sick. We both believe those are great unis. And then a couple other series that we mentioned, I just want to mention before we move on. The Dodgers and Padres are playing for the last time before the end of the regular season. The Dodgers swept the Padres and gave themselves that 4.5 game cushion they have in the NL West right now. So big chance for the Padres not to have to play.
It is the last time they play?
Yeah, the last time those two teams play each other this year.
Really?
Yeah, the Yankees and the Red Sox have one more series with each other, and they each play Toronto before the end of the year.
Interesting.
Yep. And then the other series, Cleveland and Texas are playing each other. They play each other the last 3 games of the season, too. I mentioned those two teams because they are, other than Kansas City, who's had an 8-2 surge in their last 10 games to leapfrog them, those two have been the ones flirting with that last wild card spot, other than the teams we've mentioned this whole last few podcasts. But Cleveland's 3 games back with wild card. Texas is 5.5, and like I mentioned, they play each other the last 3 games of the season. So pretty big chance to push one of them.
Bieber gave up a home run early in that game.
Yeah,
Bieber gave up a home run early, but they scored 3 in the first. Oh yeah, they scored 3 in the first. So yeah, that'd be huge.
Varsho.
My goodness, if they end up with him, Dalton Varsho, son of former teammate Gary Varsho, jack of all trades. Dalton Varsho is one of those guys whose dad was a consummate pro, but he was the first guy I noticed in the recent times. He can play all 8 positions. He's a catcher, I think almost by trade in the minor leagues, but he got to the big leagues and he's played everywhere. Now he's a center fielder, which you haven't seen that since Craig Biggio and Hunter Goodman too, right? For the Rockies, he catches and plays.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
But that's what you're seeing now with this 26-man roster. that 26 guy can be an immensely valuable piece if he can be your third catcher and your sixth outfielder and possibly your sixth infielder. It's huge. Adrian Beltre got a bronze statue out in front
Oh
of
yeah.
Texas Stadium.
I'll put the
Well earned.
picture up.
Yeah. And does he not look like he could hit 305 and win a Gold Glove right now?
Yeah.
Compared to like this dad body,
He
like
seems like one of those
that annoys.
guys, like he's wired that way.
Yeah. Well, that and I got to tell you, man, Ricky Henderson, to the age of today, looks like he could steal 40 bags, and genetics sucks.
Any of those,
I apologize.
any of those. Don't apologize to me. Apologize to the kid I'm about to have. Adrian Beltre is like one of those guys. Like when you have one of those weird quirks, like the "don't touch my head" or something. It feels like you're the type of guy who has his toothbrush perfectly lined, and you make sure your body looks this way because it's uncomfortable if you're not a certain shape and size and able to run 5 miles in the morning. So yeah, his statue.
And those are like some of my favorite highlights.
Yeah, his statue being
of his
bronze and looking the way he does. Yeah, it's very apt. But yeah, I'll have the picture in there.
Right. And that's his home run drop to one knee swing that he did so often.
We talked a little bit about the Red Sox and Yankees rivalry. I was going to ask you more specifically about moments, but you've talked about a lot of them in other places like on Netflix and other stuff. So I guess what I wanted to ask that probably no one's asked is, does it give you anything when you look at it now, being so far removed from it? I know that baseball obviously has a different luster to it, but does the Red Sox Yankees uniforms even being on the same field, or the graphic when they're going into Yankee Stadium or Fenway? Because it still definitely does for me.
Yeah, it doesn't for me because when I was in it, we didn't like each other, like truly didn't like each other. And in the 70s and 80s when they fought all the time, and there was a dislike between the clubs, and that's gone for the most part now. That doesn't exist in baseball anymore, in sports for the most part. And it's a different thing. As much as we wanted to call it a rivalry in Boston, we had never really won. Rivalry has to feature two winners, I think. And 04, I think, put us back on the table as far as competing. And then you get, we have 27 worlds. Well, okay, easy with the 27 because you weren't alive for 23 of them.
Yeah. I mean, in my lifetime, it's almost one-sided. Like if I hadn't been named after a New York Yankee, I don't know how much I would revere the Yankees as much as I do, because I grew up raised on baseball lore.
4-1, right?
What's that?
This century, it's 4-1, right? Red Sox have won 4, the Yankees have won 1.
But I'm saying, like,
and they are also the biggest joke in history.
Yeah, for someone like me though, like raised on baseball lore, like you hear about the Yankees, I'm named after Lou Gehrig, Mickey Mantle, and Joe DiMaggio, and you sort of gain this reverence for them, like they are the evil empire from Star Wars or something, right? Like in your mind, you can build it up like that as a kid. And I still have a little bit of that, is what I'm talking about. Like when I watch, even though I'm not genuinely not a Red Sox fan or any fan of it, like I root for guys more so than anything. Like I love individual guys, but I do find myself when it's these teams, like I'm watching it on my other monitor right now, I'm hoping Trevor Story takes this 400 feet into the opposite field seats. That's a little bit of what I mean, because being involved with it obviously makes it different. So, yeah, but that makes sense though. It's a little different now. 4-1 this century. Yeah. I mean, they are.
Yeah, this game is
statistically they are due.
Right. Especially for the Yankees, but the Yankees always were the evil empire because of George Steinbrenner, and I love George Steinbrenner. I would have loved to have played for George Steinbrenner, and one of my seminal moments of my career was him coming up to me after we beat them in 04 in the tunnel, or I'm sorry, in 01, after we beat them in Arizona, and he kind of came up, kind of gave me a handshake hug, like congratulations, like it was awesome. Like there was clearly, and I had an enormous amount of respect for him, and that was kind of why I thought in 03 that's where we were headed. Boston came out of nowhere, but but we were leaving Arizona to go to New York, as far as your mom was concerned.
Yeah, there's some great I mean, at least on YouTube, documentaries about that offseason between 2003 with everything that
Yeah.
happened with A-Rod and all the free agent signings that happened during that period of time.
Starts with Aaron Boone hitting the home run off Wake and to end the 03 season for the Red Sox, and it ends with Renteria grounding out the Folk. And Red Sox fans
Yeah,
have long
the
waited
butterfly
to
effect.
hear. Yeah. Yep.
All right.
So
You got anything else?
no, good episode. I know we our focus is elsewhere tonight, and rightly so. So let's do a guess your teammate.
Discuss teammate.
And I was really hoping we'd do one with in the name, but we'll see.
We haven't said it yet, remember? All right. 5 clues here for a former teammate of my dad's, ranging from hard to easy. We've done 34 of these right now. This is 35. On episode 56, guess your teammate 35. First clue. A 15-year veteran. I played 7 one-year stints playing for 9 different teams over my career.
Wow.
Did you get that right? I kind of stumbled it out. You got it.
Over a 7-year period, he played for 9 teams.
15-year veteran. I had 7 one-year stints playing for 9 different MLB teams. So not in a row, but 7 individual one-year stints with different teams.
Right. All right. Next clue.
Although I bounced around quite a bit, I spent my first 8 seasons with the Montreal Expos, where I won my first of 2 Gold Gloves in 2001.
Orlando Cabrera.
Orlando Cabrera.
Wow. I didn't realize he played for 9 teams.
I
You
want me to tell you which ones they were?
Expo.
Or you want to try and guess them?
No, I have no clue. I know Anaheim was one, I think.
Let's see how many you can get.
Anaheim, Montreal, Boston. I honestly, no idea.
Chicago White Sox, Cincinnati Reds, Oakland A's, Cleveland at the time, I'll bleep that later, Minnesota Twins, and San Francisco Giants.
Wow. I did not know that.
You know what's also crazy?
Well, good player. I just remember. Go ahead.
I was going to say, what's also crazy is I asked Danielle if she remembered Orlando Cabrera, and she said, yeah, and I believe her. He played 58 games for the Boston Red Sox in 2004. If that doesn't perfectly encapsulate how drunk on baseball New England was at that period of time, and like we're talking about that Red Sox-Yankees rivalry, like how involved everyone was, and people pulling their kids out of bed on school nights to watch this game, you know? Like Orlando Cabrera played less than 100 games in a Red Sox uniform, and kids will remember him forever.
He's a legend.
So, just
crazy.
I
just remember, if I'm not mistaken, his first at bat was against Johan Santana, and he hit a home run to left field.
In Boston?
In his first at bat as a Red Sox. In Minnesota.
Hold. Pause.
And then I pitched. I gave up a home run to Michael Kadire in the 8th to make it a 1-1 game and got no decision.
Okay. Pedro pitched that game. You pitched the next day, but you are right about Orlando Cabrera's first game being and his first at bat being a home run off Johan Santana in the first inning on the 5th pitch. That's crazy. That's so weird, that shit that you remember. Why do you remember that? Like, what other piece of information?
Oh, I remember. Like,
I wish we could figure out
very vividly, because
we're delayed a little bit.
Yeah, you wish we could figure out what?
I was saying I wish we could figure out what part of your brain, what gene that is. That Rain Man gene that baseball players have, or pitchers or goalies in particular, that gives you that photographic memory for random stuff like that.
And I can see it plain as day. Because it was such a big thing. Like, we did, and Santana ended up, I finished second in the Cy Young that year, and Santana went 13-0 in the second half to beat me for the Cy Young. And no, it was and I remember I think I pitched the next night. I gave up a home run to Michael Kadire, and then Julian Tavares gave up like a grand slam in extra innings to lose it. But all right, well, good luck, buddy.
Thanks.
Sure we'll be seeing you in the next 24 hours at some point.
Yep.
Take a
I'll
deep
be seeing you
breath,
very
enjoy
soon.
it, and all right, Bubba. Love you.
Love you too.